I remember the morning Dane was born. Our first two were premature twins, Kate and Chandler. And so Chandler stayed at the hospital for 6 weeks because she had bradycardia, put a little scare into us, and Kate was there for 3 weeks. But they were born 4 pounds 1 ounce and got down to about 3.5 pounds, and so there was some nervousness as new parents with the two of them. And then Dane was born December 21st, 2004, and I remember Dr. Pelican saying, "Gosh, 8 pounds, a healthy boy, this is going to be easy for you guys." And then 6 weeks later, his skin started to change, and for the little over the next 3 years, we went all around the state meeting doctors and trying to help Dane. And it was a difficult 3 years and a great 3 years, 3.5 total. Life-changing.
We had just thought it was going to be some sort of a dermatitis of the skin, and we didn't really get too worried about it. But as time went on, he started to peel, and he started to lose his hair. And it started to be uncomfortable. You could tell he was getting very itchy, and so we started going on a search for what was going on. And after so much time, it got so severe that we started taking him to specialists to try to find answers. And unfortunately, we weren't finding any. And the way we came across first was thankfully through a family member. My aunt had been looking on the computer and searching for maybe organizations or answers to what kind of a skin disease this might be. And at that time, Eric and I were so involved with thinking that there was a reason. Maybe it was something that he was eating, or as a parent, you're searching for anything that's a simple answer. And so I wasn't ready yet to go down the path of some rare disease or disorder. And she kept letting me know that she had found an organization by the name of First. And it took me a while before I was open to even looking at it, because like I said, I was really struggling with accepting that he may have some sort of a lifelong condition. And she met Les through First via email, and Les was letting her know to please let her know this is a great organization. I'm a member. I do have a more common form of ichthyosis. It's a milder form, and he would be happy to speak with me, and that's where it all began. And I'm so grateful, because this organization means so much to us, because we are so impressed with the work that they're doing right now. It's been healing for us that we are able to take our son's life, keep him with us, but focus on what he would have wanted, and that is to help find an eventual treatment and cure. And for us, we know that Dane has everything now in heaven, but he wants, he would want for us to continue for others who are suffering with what he had, and to never give up. And he wasn't going to give up, and we're not going to give up. And First has this phenomenal staff who and groups of volunteers that help make First what it is, and with the same desire and the same passion that this is something that we've all been introduced to how it happened, you know, and when it happens to you, when someone presents with this in your family, the first question probably for everybody is, what is this and why? But you can turn that and say, okay, this is what we're facing. This is what we know. This is what is still unknown. But we're going to work together and get answers and try to help lead to an eventual treatment and cure. And I just think that there's nothing greater than to feel that that could be a possibility in our lifetime, and to also think that possibly by a little boy's life that one day a parent will get to hear what Eric and I dreamed of hearing, and that was, oh yes, we know what this is, and there's definitely a treatment and a cure for this. Because I want parents to get that. I want families to get that. I want them to hear that miraculous phrase that there is a cure. Our main goal is to raise awareness, and secondly, to raise funds for research and to find eventual treatments and cures. That's huge. I would love to see that in our lifetime. So Eric and I started talking about, what can we do? What we knew is that music and dancing is something that our family's involved with, and Dane loved music. I think he would have been a future musician. He had a little tiny piano that he loved to play on, his own little works of art. And he also loved to dance around the house with his sister. So it kind of came to fruition with, what are our resources? We know great, phenomenal musicians, and we have a daughter who dances on a competitive dance team, and the dance team that she dances with is like a family to us. And so we just started putting our heads together, and we found that we had so many people willing to give of their time and talents to contribute. And Eric started speaking with James Nobriga. He was willing to help us get the whole thing organized and together, and it just kind of came from that. It just grew into something that we realized that we could actually do, and so we decided to give it a shot.
I heard about first from Eric Phelps. He is Cade's father, and I teach Cade guitar lessons, and we talked about what took place with his son Dane, and he shared with me that whole story and his desire to put together an event that would raise awareness for that. The first time I'd ever heard of this skin disorder before was with Eric. So he kind of shared with me some of his story, and how when they would go out to I guess restaurants and stuff, that there was definitely an awareness of like, okay, there's a difference here. And he was telling me the positive parts of that, of how Cade and the whole family kind of made Dane feel more comfortable, and like nothing was different about him, and I think it was kind of his spirit and everything that's shown through that too. So.
The concert's called Friends for First, but what's been amazing is the friendships that I've made along the way.
I've been inspired by just seeing the good it brings out in people, just this giving spirit of like, whatever I can do to help. I've seen that across the board. That's really inspiring.
Every life matters. Every life counts.
All these people, all these doctors, all the white coats, they would all come in and they would see Dane, and they would just expect that he would be in a bad mood or grumpy or irritable, because his skin was so, I'm sure it was just so painful for him. But he was always so happy. It was always, people just loved him.
Life is not about the number of days you have here on earth. It's definitely about the lives that you touch. And when I think about Dane and discomfort that he had to face every day of his life. He could have been miserable on the inside as well with how he handled things, but he was so beautiful, and he, at his little young age, chose joy. He truly chose joy over everything, over his pain, and I'm grateful to him for that, because in so many ways he changed other people's perspectives, and he even changed mine. He changed me, because I know that if Dane could look at life the way he did and carry himself with so much joy exuding from him, then I can face anything and do the same. Never give up. I think absolutely never give up. Never lose hope. Trust.
Rely on faith.
Absolutely. It's a perfect motto. I think Dane would like it too.